Hi, everyone. It's Claudia McMullin, founder of Hugo Coffee Roasters. As you may or may not know, we are in the middle of a fundraising week for Rescue Dogs from St. George, Utah. And with me today, I have Danielle and Jessica from Rescue Dogs. Well, good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
How are you?
We're great. How are you?
Excellent. So for people who don't know, Hugo Coffee Roasters does online week-long fundraisers twice a month. So 2 weeks of every month, we do online fundraisers for specific smaller or medium-sized animal rescues. And we do this because we give back to the big players in the animal rescue world, but we know how important the smaller and the medium-sized rescues are as well, for this mission of trying to create a world where there are no unwanted, unloved, abused, or neglected animals. So today we're here benefiting Rescue Dogs in St. George, Utah. And how this works is for every single item purchased on our website during the course of this week, started yesterday morning and it ends at midnight on Sunday, for every item purchased, not every order, we donate $2.50 for every item purchased to Rescue Dogs. So Danielle and Jessica, tell everybody about Rescue Dogs. What is it? What is your mission? Where are you pulling dogs from? Are you foster-based or brick and mortar-based? All those kinds of things.
Okay, so Rescue Dogs, we're actually still a fairly new rescue, and we started with the intention of helping animals in rural communities that don't have the support of a city shelter. Our biggest areas that we pull from usually are Hilldale, Colorado City, any of the rural areas that don't have a city shelter, because technically city shelters can't take dogs that are found outside of city limits. And so we kind of help fill that gap, but it's also really, really hard because a lot of these animals have been neglected or abused or forgotten, just because that's just how it is in rural areas. So we rescue dogs, cats. We've actually even rescued like chickens, pigs. I think we even rescued a raccoon at one point. But we're a 501c3 nonprofit organization, 100% owned and run on volunteers. So every single donation that we get goes towards helping the animals, towards going to their medical costs, blankets, towels, cleaning supplies, food, transportation when we need to get them to a different rescue. Just everything goes into helping the animals.
That's wonderful. Now, who's next to you? Talk about the little girl next to you.
So this is Rook, and Rook came to us from Hilldale, Colorado City. She was hit by a car, and she was in the vet's office for a long time. I forget how long. And now she's out, and she's got hip dysplasia. She's probably going to have issues because she was hit by a car, and that really affected her. But she's really sweet. She's very shy, but she warms up to people pretty quickly. And she's still pretty young, I think. I believe she's only like maybe a year or two old.
She looks puppyish.
Right? Yeah. She's a little fuzzy love bug.
Now, how many animals does Rescue Dogs save and adopt out annually?
Oh gosh, hundreds.
Hundreds.
I remember the numbers.
Yeah, me too.
But it's hundreds of cats and hundreds of dogs every year.
I think now in Cat World alone we have like 60 to 80 cats.
I remember it was at least there was a few hundred from each area last year.
That's wonderful. And when did you guys start?
I want to say we were kind of founded officially in like 2017 is when we started, the group started getting more organized. We were able to find a place and start getting more dogs. So we've really come a long way in the last couple of years.
That's fantastic. And how did this organization come about? Who is your founder?
Her name is Kelly Stokes. She's awesome. And we actually when the rescue kind of became an official nonprofit in public, we kind of started in this extra space that this vet clinic had, separate from their office, and we just had a few kennels, so we were only able to rescue a couple of dogs, a couple of cats at a time. And then as we started getting donations from people and getting the word out there, we were able to afford a more permanent location, which is where we're now, and we've just grown so much since then. But it's for starting in 2017, I think we've come a long way really fast, just because people saw that there was a need and they wanted to help, and they were happy to jump in and donate and help make it happen. So, and we have plenty of
plenty of what?
We have a lot of volunteers. We have a lot of volunteers that just jumped in and they wanted to help, and that makes it possible. When people are donating and people are volunteering their time, that's the only way we can make all of this possible.
No, I think it's fantastic. And it's an extraordinary number of animals that you are saving in such a short period of time, having only started 3 years ago in a couple months at most.
Right.
That's an extraordinary number of animals. I remember when I was running Friends of Animals, which is now Nuzzles and Company, it was a big deal when we hit 1,000 animals a year. And that was years after we started. And Friends of Animals started not the same way. There was a shelter in Summit County, but they didn't like how the shelter was being operated because it was a kill shelter. So that was the genesis of Friends of Animals, how it started. So you have the county has no shelters in the unincorporated county?
Well, so there was talk about opening, and did they open that new shelter? There's supposed to be a new shelter where anybody in Washington County can bring their animals if they need to, but there are still outlying areas that have less support.
Yep.
And because everything in the city is already crowded, and so all these other rural areas, there are still gaps where the need is still there.
For sure. Now, are you welcomed in these communities in Colorado City and Hilldale, or are you considered like a pain?
It's a mixed, I think it's a mix of emotions for people, because there's a lot of people in these rural communities that see animals more as like livestock, just because that's how they've grown up, or that's just a community that they've lived in. Right. And so they don't feel like the animals need as much help, or they don't want to put as much effort towards helping them, and but then there's also people that are living out there who really appreciate what we're doing, and it's actually helping them, like especially if they have livestock or like chickens that they want to keep safe from stray dogs or stray cats. Yes. They welcome the rescue and everything that we're doing, because they know we're just trying to help decrease, the stray population of animals out there.
Yep. I think it's fantastic what you guys are doing. I think it's fantastic that you've identified this need, like, the fall through the cracks needs, that the groups that fall through the cracks between the cities and the county shelters and the organizations, and that you have found this particular niche a niche of need is great. And I'm thrilled to be partnering with you to support you in what you're doing, because I just think it's fantastic. So tell me what you like. Give me an idea of what $300 to $500 of a donation would do. What you could do with that money.
Oh gosh, there's so much that we could do with that. We usually try to go towards what the greatest need is at the time. So sometimes, we'll have a lot of medical cases. We have a lot of emergent, like cats and dogs that need to stay in the hospital overnight, and those vet bills, they really add up. So when we need to pay those, we'll put a lot of the money towards that. Right now, we have a lot of puppies in quarantine that we need to change out their blankets and their bedding and throw stuff away. So we need a lot of blankets and towels. So if we're not getting enough donations of those kinds of things, we'll buy them. So I would, it just depends on where the need is greatest at the time.
What do you think is right now? Like, it's Monday morning. It's next Monday morning, and I'm writing you a check because I want to, by the way, for everybody listening, I want to write the biggest check I can. So we really want people to get online and buy coffee and buy swag and buy hats and buy whatever it is you want. Even if you don't drink coffee, buy Drink Coffee Say Dogs t-shirt, and I'll donate $2.50 for every item purchased. So say it's Monday morning. It's less than a week away, $300 to $500. Where's your need right now?
Puppy bills.
Puppy what?
The puppy bills.
The puppy bills.
Yeah.
As you were just saying you had puppies in quarantine, I was imagining you have a substantial puppy bills coming down the pike.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Lots of medical.
Yeah, because we got to get them checked out by the vets. You know, we have to give them medical baths to help treat like the mange and whatever that they've got going on, and then we have to send them to follow-up appointments to make sure they're healthy, they're gaining weight, and they're maybe no longer contagious if they're sick. And so see, that's
all right. So, ladies, this is the thing. We need to spread the word. We need to get people buying coffee online, buying T-shirts. But we have quite a few days left to get more momentum going. So let's make me write the biggest check I can on Monday morning, because that's my favorite day of the week. Monday mornings when I money off to animal rescues as a result of our fundraisers. So spread the word.
Yes.
And fingers crossed. That's right. And fingers crossed. And let's raise some good money for those baby puppies, and let's get that baby girl adopted next to you.
Absolutely. Right, you want to be adopted?
Yes, she does. Yes, she does. All right, ladies. Well, thank you so much for your time today. Well, let's make this very successful, and I look forward to Monday, and I look forward to working with you going forward after this.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.